Halim, that is for arrogance. The opposite is humility.
Why are you asking that question?
What is the opposite of, like,
Why?
when
You
we
need to
take,
know.
what do we replace envy with if there is envy in our heart? Like,
Just get rid of it first. Don't need to be so smart to ask me philosophical questions. What is the opposite? What is the inside? What is upside? What is the north? What is the south? What is the... No need. Do you have envy? Do you have envy? It is more hidden than what people think it is. Because the dua for Salatul Najat, when we go into the sajda, Salatul Najat, which every Muslim, every murid should be making. It's a very special salat every night. And you are going to make a dua in your sajda. And the dua that you're going to make is that just as fire consumes wood, so envy consumes all of my good deeds. Ya Rabbi, help me to get rid of my envy. It is a hidden thing. So you find out, you get rid of it. No need to ask me what is the opposite. Before you get rid of the dirty water, you're already asking what is the clean water. You know what is the dirty water? Did you clean it yet? Did you clean your glass yet? Maybe your glass, you should break it and have a new glass. So please, astaghfirullah. How you say, we want to speak something very clear, not Malayani, not very clever things. I don't like clever things. I like clear things. Too much clever, that is already shaitan. Okay, too much clever, too much in your head. But we are showing you mirror, you don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. Why? Because everything is in your head. And be careful. Speak to people there. You don't speak to people as if you're speaking to yourself also. We have our examples in front of us. We have the mashayikhs in front of us. We take them, not us, not our understanding, them. Our creed is Sami'na wa ta'na. We hear and then we obey. The ayat of Amana Rasul that was delivered to the Prophet ﷺ in divine presence, not through Hazrat Jibreel ﷺ, is not I hear, I understand. I fully comprehend, I get it, and then I obey. This is the iman, this is the faith, this is the creed of the believers, including the prophets and the saints. They say, monkey see, monkey do, right? What they say in American, fake it until you make it. In Islam, it's called what? What is it called? Huh? Taqlid. What is taqlid? Imitation. Do you have to understand? Do you have to understand? Do you have to get it? Does it have to answer every monkey question in your head? No, it doesn't. You taqlid. You imitate who? The best ones. What happens when you imitate? What happens when you imitate a people? The Prophet ﷺ says. What happens? You become one of them. By imitation, you become one. What is stopping us from imitating the best of creation? What is stopping us from imitating the good ones? Why is it that we always, first, we have to understand first. Why can't we just imitate first? Because through the imitation, we will understand. More than understanding, we will become. Open the curtains. You understand? So no, don't try to understand. Do first. Do first. If you say, I don't know, maybe I don't have envy. Which believer is going to say, I don't have envy? Huh? There are some people here, they don't have envy. Maybe, but if I say to them, you have envy? You have envy? Huh? They're going to say, yes, of course I do. Because envy is one of the characteristics that leads us to shirk. Because in reality, you're envying the Holy Prophet ﷺ. What's stopping you from the Prophet to Allah? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? From the Prophet to Allah. What's stopping you from being envious of Allah? What's stopping shaitan from being envious of Allah? Shaitan wants to be what? What does shaitan want to be? What? Shaitan wants to be worshipped. Allah is saying, don't worship Shaitan. Did I not warn you? Ya Bani Adam. Bani Adam, not only Bani Israel. Mankind. Don't worship Shaitan. Why? Because he is your open enemy. Because Shaitan, not only he wants the Maqam al-Mahmud, but he's saying they should worship me. Our ego has that characteristic. That's why a person may say, oh, I love Allah. I submit to Allah. I love the Prophet. I submit to the Prophet. But will you have a guide, a shaykh in front of you? No, I don't like it. He's still a man. He's just a man like me. I don't want to. He's filled with mistakes. What's stopping you from saying, as the Kharijis said also to Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Ali and all those ones, as the Wahhabi is saying, deep state Wahhabi, they're saying, what's the difference between you and Prophet? Sing. We worship only Allah. We're not going to even take his words. Allah. Can you imagine people saying, I'm not going to take the Prophet's words? Because hadith is still, you can tamper with it. But Quran, we take it 100%. How are you going to understand the Quran except through the Prophet ﷺ? And those ones who say, we don't want any Khalifa in front of us, because they're all men, they all fight against each other, they all have, hasha, those ones, that they went to war with Hazrat Ali. They took their spear and they put the Quran on top of the spear and they say, we only follow the Quran, we only follow Allah, not you. You are a man. Hazrat Ali stopped his war with Hazrat Muawiyah, directed his forces to them and finished them. The mushriks, they also believe in Allah. They do, but they say Allah has daughters, Allah has this and that. That's why they're mushrik, but they believe in Allah. But there, people may say the Aqidah is wrong. Okay? But when Prophet ﷺ says, La ilaha illallah, conceptually they have no problems with it. You understand? But when he says, Muhammad Rasulullah, that I have a problem with that, they say. We have to follow you. Who are you? Like some people, they are saying, why you follow Luqman? He's not even Turkish. Don't ask me, ask my Lord. He created me like this. If you think this is a problem, then you have a problem with Allah. I don't want this. I didn't want to be this. He put me here. My Shaykh put me here. I'd rather they say, yes, so many Turkish wakils and other ones. So now you're still stuck with the outside. Arab, white, black, Turkish. What else? Albanian. What else? Pakistani. What else? Chinese. What else? Never ending. Only from the outside, just like Shaitan. Shaitan was only busy with the outside. Why? He is made of clay. I'm made of fire. Why you bow down to clay? He's lower than me. They should bow down to me. And the whole aim is to say, listen, it is a spirit we're busy with. The spirit has a color. What color is the spirit? What color is the spirit? Hoja Effendi. Huh?
I heard you say green.
What? No, I never say green. I said Sibghatullah. What is Sibghatullah? The color of Allah. Do I mean literally the color of Allah? Do I mean Allah has a color? No. Is that not from the Quran Kareem? Good. Inna lillahi wa inna ilahi raji'un. We step back a little bit. We say we'd like to have the color of the Prophet ﷺ. We step back a little bit. We like to have the color of his most beloved ones. So, we must know, although you may deny, although you may not see, try to see. You know, I was just thinking today, when we look at all the stories that some of you know, more stories than me, and you know I'm very shy about telling stories, because why? I don't want to tell stories. a lot of stuff. Why I don't want to say it? Number one, I don't want to mess it up. Because otherwise, remember, don't break the pot, it becomes beating the little girl. Until, the stick break. You understand that story? I'll tell you some other time. I don't like telling stories. Now, I don't want to mess up the stories. Number two, have I experienced that? Have I experienced that? What right do I have if I speak not from my experience? That is something my Shaykh taught. That's why I don't like to go high. Shaykh Effendi used to even be very upset. Other people reading Quran, reading Shaykh Mawlana's Sohbat, doesn't say anything. When I have to read Shaykh Mawlana's Sohbat, for was not my... I read Shaykh Mawlana's Sohbat, he would how you say? Check me which Sohbat I chose according to my heart. Not every Sohbat is there that is appropriate. If I read a Sohbat, he will say sometimes, oh, mashallah, such high level, Luqman, huh? Oof. You understand? And that is enough to step me back and for me to look at everything too. No, I'm not going to let me, then recede back, I don't want to be his friend, he doesn't like me. No, it's like that self-pity, after a while, you grow out of it and you say, this is not right. What I'm trying to say now, coming back to that, we know all these stories, yes, but so many stories that we see that is really making an impact for us. For example, Hazrat Jalaluddin Rumi. He was a Qadi, right? He was one of the highest ranking alims in Konya. There was a capital of what? Capital, we're talking about, of the Seljuk Empire, yes, at that time. Aziz Mahmud Huday, Hazrat Eri. And he was also a Qadi in the Ottoman Empire, correct? What their sheikhs make them to do? Learn more? Go out and learn and memorize more? Aziz Mahmud Huday, his sheikh told him, now your job, you take liver. Like a beggar, you're going to go down and take the liver and go down to the marketplace. And we went up to his dergah. We saw the pole that he's carrying to carry the liver. And it was a very demeaning, very degrading, humiliating job. At that time, he says, you take off your jubbah of Qadi, that everyone is, mashallah, looking at you and your whole family to be high level. Take it off, carry this liver, go down into the city, into the square, and sell the liver. And he did that. His whole family shocked and say, so many sheikhs, why are you following this one that tells you to do that? What has that got to do with Islam? What has that got to do with tariqat? Hazrat Jalaluddin Rumi, Hazrat Shamsi Tabriz told him, get rid of everything, take all your books, throw it out. Now tell me, what is in your books? Meaning what? All this high level. First, this, what you have, that you are worshipping, out. Do this. Now, instead of books, go look. Look at who? Look at the lowest level of people that you look down on in your society. Hazrat Shamsi, now sit, listen to children, listen to wrong ones, listen to wrong people who make the activities, no, understand how the mercy of Allah is also going to them. Look, that you look down on all these people. Everyone looks down on all these people. They have something to teach you. This is Naqshbandi way. We learn from our Shaykh. If we don't take that out, we start worshipping ourselves. We do. So we must try. If it's not important, don't. Put it aside. Look to see where you're envious. You're envious. Person who is envious is always arguing. The first person who argues is who? Shaitan argued. He argued. Meaning, oh, you have a point of view, I have a point of view. You understand me? Always has something to say, 2 cents worth. Always has something. I think. Nothing, just, you understand? Where's Daud? Not here. Okay. Where? Huh? You understand? Observe. Don't speak. Observe. Look. Understand. Don't jump. Because now, when you are competitive, when you are envious, meaning that you have to be heard, you have to be right, you have to bring the person down. Although you may quote it nicely, say, no, I'm not bringing that. I'm just trying to understand. We're just having a debate, a dialectic, you know. No, please. I've come to also not like too many words. I studied that, and I know how that is tricking people. You hide behind words. Less words. More meaning, less words. I've come to understand why the Prophet ﷺ says he hates poetry. Yes? And even Hazrat Maulana is saying, he says, for me, poetry is like ishkembe. You know ishkembe? You know ishkembe? You don't know. What is ishkembe? I help you. Stomach soup, right? But stomach soup, you have to close the window. Close that window. Stomach soup. The stomach is the most smelly part of the animal. To cook ishkembe soup, right? You have to take that, you have to wash it, you have to clean it. Yes or no? You have to scrape it. It's a very dirty business. Everybody now, they have experience, especially for the women. I made you to do that, which is still hating. But this is a sunnah also. Everybody thinking they're so holy. Everyone saying, okay, Ahlul Bayt, I want to be like this. I want to be Hazrat Hatijah. I want to be like this. But you cannot even finish and cook and clean the ishkembe. Hazrat Maulana is saying, for me, poetry is like that. I have to go, I have to clean, and then I serve it to people. Meaning that you have to go through so much dirtiness to bring something so that the people come and sit. So more, I guess I'm getting older. I don't know. But now I have a little less patience not less patience. I'd like clarity, and I want people to be clear. I want to speak more clearly, and I want people to understand me more clearly. You understand? When you're arguing so much, every time you have to say something, there is a sign that you're competitive. When you're competitive, nobody competes really for fun, except for some deranged Americans, just for fun. Everybody's a winner. Yay, everyone's a champion. No, you compete actually to win, yes? Okay, you win. Right, you want to be number one. If you're not number one, you'll be upset. All this, it is tied with envy. You understand? For Ahli Tariqat, it's not only for everyone to be the same, not to be envious, but people to say, I am actually the last one. I am the last one. This one is better than me. This one is better than me. I'm the last one. You pick someone who's not so great, you say, that one is not so great, but he has a quality that I don't have. Or I've committed a sin that one has not. So shut up. You tell your ego, shut up. And you see so many times people who are not only they're very smart, but they're also very clean. All their lives they're very clean. They never get up to any big mistake. Then their envy and their ego gets bigger. You understand? Because they never do anything wrong. Those ones who did something wrong, they come here, we say something, they immediately say, okay, I understand. You win, I understand. I know my ego. You did these things. But those who didn't, it's still very difficult for them to understand the ego because it's not so bad. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm not suggesting now you go out and do anything wrong. Do you understand? One, you argue. You talk more than you listen. Why don't you just listen? Why don't you just take lesson? No, this is right, this is wrong, this is right. I agree, I don't agree. Doesn't matter. Look at yourself. You are not going to always be in a panic if you're in that mode, It's not fear and anxiety that is going to. It is more, you remove yourself and you just watch. Oh, okay, I wonder how it is. It's not the boom, 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 the heart is moving like that. No, it's not. When you have that too, you don't understand it. But in reality, you're chasing after that drug. You're chasing after that adrenaline. And it becomes an addiction to you. You're nice. You're easy. You don't know? You say, I don't know. Step back. Let other people. Don't always. And this is something I'd like for all of us to know. I'd like our children to know. There are manners for the children too. Now we have children and we treat them as, I don't know how to put it. We must have certain manners that you have to teach them with kindness. Okay? But There are certain things that only children are going to do. You don't have the right to eavesdrop on them so much too. Let them be. Right? Give them their freedom. And there are certain things that adults are doing that children should not be eavesdropping, listening. They should not be. This is adults' talk. There are some talks as women's talks. There are some talks as men's talks. This is common knowledge, isn't it? But when you're training your children to always be listening to everything, and then to be reporting back to you, this is not good. So many things, it is not for them. It's not in their system yet to even understand. Let them be children for a while. Do you understand? Do you get this or not? So, may Allah get rid of our envy, inshallah. May Allah make us to fall in love with our road, our hizmet, our orbit, and to see that is the best because Allah has chosen it for us, and to be busy with it, and not to look at other people's work. And we ask that everyone's work be the best that they can do sincerely for Allah's sake. Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha.